Okay, we go to on data descriptions. So actually the data description is the explanation about the data set. So several types of data set which are unvariance, which is only one variable. Multivariant, that means many variable, and two variants, that means you have two variable. So multivariance, a set consists of observation on a single variance made on individual in a sample or population. So the key in here is a single variable. Variable is any characteristic. The whole value may change from one individual or object to another. For example, what type of data you want to collect? What, height, age, that's a variable. Okay. Unvariance data is categorical or quantitative if the individual observation are categorical response. Okay, for example, record the calculator brand. So just record the brand of calculator. Okay, variant data is a numerical or quantitative data if the observation is a number. Okay, quantitative. Okay, delete with a number. For example, record number of calculator purchase. It's a number of, okay, record of number. Multivariance, it represent the data set consists of observation two or more variable. Make an individual in a sample or population. For example, record the head, weight, pulse rate, okay, blood pressure, okay, and others. B-variance is special case for multivariant dataset because it's focused simultaneously on only two variable or two different characteristics. Focus on two variable. For example, record both weight and height, okay, for each individual in the group. Okay, display the category of data. So any appropriate graphical on popular data can be effective way to summarize and communicate information. For example, by using the frequency table, by using bar chart, by using pie chart or dot plot. Okay, so this is the way you want to summarize the data. Say frequency distributions is the categorical data that represent data in a table. Okay, that present the possible categories along with the associated frequency or relative frequency. Okay, the frequency for the particular category is the number of times the record appear in the data set. The relative frequency for the particular category is the fractions or proportions of the observation resulting in the category. So this is the formula for the relative frequency. Frequency divided by total number of cases. The frequency distribution can be plotted or you can summarize it using frequency table, dot plot, histogram or polygons. Okay, this is the example of stuff in the School of Computing. Okay, so data is a sample data. So you have 10 data in here. So you have the positions. Okay, and then the next, I think they're looking for the how many positions. Okay, the next is summarized by using the frequency table. By position. So from the data, you can see we have 2 professor, 2 assistant professor, 3 senior lecturer, 2 lecturer, and 1 tutor. So the total number is 10. So how to calculate the relative frequency? Okay, the total number of frequency for specific category divided by total number of cases. So for this case, 2 divided by 10. And total for the relative frequency is 1. Okay, bar chart. Okay, bar chart is a graph of the frequency distribution for the categorical data. Each category in the frequency distribution is representing by the bar or rectangle. So how to construct? First, draw the histogram line and write the category names or label below the line. Okay, this one, and put the category in here. And draw the vertical line and label the scale, either the frequency or relative frequency. So label the scale in here. Okay, place the rectangle a bar above for each category, and height is determined by the category frequency or relative frequency, and the all bar should be the same width. Okay, this one you just draw the bar. Okay, sorry. Okay, so make sure it's same size lah. Okay, and then what is the looking for? We're looking for the frequency and infrequency category. So from this you can see what is the highest, what is the lowest, or maybe there is no record for specific data. Cool. So this example, the previous one we summarize into graph. Okay, bar graph. So number of staff in here, put the professor as a professor, senior lecturer, lecturer, and tutor. So you can see the most of the staff in our school is the senior lecturer. So the less is on tutor. That's an example how you want to make summarize from the data. So comparative bar chart. Comparative bar chart is used to give the visual comparison between two or more graphs. When constructing a comparative graph bars, we need to use the relative frequency rather than the frequency to construct the scale on the vertical x so that we can make the meaningful comparison even the sample size is not same. Okay, better using, when you want to compare, better using the relative frequency compared to the frequency. Okay, so this is the example of data. Okay, we have student loan, parents, second, and scholarship, source of funding, frequency, how many male, female, and also the relative frequency. So you can make summarize like this. Okay, because this one is male, female, and this one is this is based on the number. You can see the difference. Okay, this one is inaccurate comparative graph because the numbers is different. But this one, if you correct, do the more accurate comparative by using the relative frequency. By using relative frequency, you can see the difference in here. Okay, if looking just the frequency, you can see the more female do on student loan compared the female. But by using the relative frequency, you can see the similar. Okay. So for the comparative, better using the relative frequency. Bar chart. Bar chart is the circle is used to represent the whole set with the slice of the pie representing the possible category. The size of the slice for a particular category is proportional to the responding frequency or relative frequency. Bar charts are most effective for summarized data set when there is not too many different category and the value for each bar normally is not similar. One is bigger, one is light, but is similar. So probably also you cannot use the pie chart because you cannot compare the value for each category. So how to construct? Draw the skull. Draw the skull to represent the whole data. For each category, calculate the slice size by using the 330. This is by using relative frequency. Or normally, in most of the tools, I think they represent in the percentage. Okay, draw the slide for appropriate size for each category. So just draw like this, so this, okay, this is okay. What you're looking for, the category that form large or small position for the data set. You can see, oh, this one is more bigger, this one is the smaller percentage or proportion. Okay, this example. So number of students for year 2013 to 14. So you can see most of the student is from SCSG. Okay, this is a percentage intake of student. Okay. Okay, in terms of percentage, you can see also this is based on number. So the rest is similar. Okay.